a lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts. Hello, everyone. My mic was muted just then. I should do better than that. Now, I'm sorry. My brain just got kind of thrown all the way around because I just saw breaking news that we just got a redacted court transcript that talks about a bribery for pardon scheme, but it is heavily redacted, that apparently took place a couple months ago. I don't know what this is about. It's clearly about the White House and Trump because the graphic was a White House. But the DOJ investigating White House bribery scheme for pardon is the headline that just broke. So I'm like, huh? What happened? What had happened? So there's that, which is crazy because this live was actually going to be completely different. Yeah, please, somebody Google. This live was going to be completely different because I've been kind of running around today and I didn't get a chance to really write notes. So I was going to open up the floor to talk about what you all wanted to talk about, just to do a live and engage and see where we are. And then this, literally as I'm clicking go live, the breaking news happened. And I'm just like, I want to see what that is. I really want to see what that is. But somebody's Googling. Who said they were Googling? We need some not so heavily redacted stuff so we can see the full context. Exactly, Crystal. We need some of that. We need some. Well, and we want the new DOJ to redact some stuff. Ask for redactions. Can somebody do a request for information act? Can somebody do that lawsuit? Sorry, y'all. My brother is texting me. Everything, breaking news happened. I mean, everything. Oh my goodness. Okay. That just threw me. Anyway, hi everyone. Hey, how y'all doing? How's everybody? Tammy Thurston. Good evening, Tammy Thurston. Everybody say, hey, Tammy. Hey, Thurston. Hey, everybody. I didn't even open the show. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Q with Q. This is our daily political briefing. It is me, your host, Quentin R. Giles. But if we're friends, then you know you have to call me Q. So thank you all so much for joining the live. I wanted to see how many people were really still gonna get on without me making a post. So I did not post this on Instagram and TikTok like I normally do. Hey, come and just join me down there. I just wanted to see what it was going to be like, to see how much more work I need to do with trying to get people over to the YouTube, because a lot of my content will be here. So thank you all for either having your post notifications on. We appreciate that. Cut your post notifications on. That's how you'll know, especially if you're down here on the YouTube. Excuse me. If you're down here on the YouTube, that is how you'll know. And we'll see. Let's see. Okay, Sarah said, I can't even get into the beginning of the show right. Hold on. No, I'm gonna come back. Got my YouTube reminder bell on. Thank you so much, Spring. So before I get into the show, I wanted to let you know that I got an email today that an opportunity is being extended. Now, they told us yesterday was the last day for the Cyber Monday on the Goli Gummies. Now, if you were here yesterday, I was talking about the Goli Gummies. Baby, they sent us an email earlier today and said, I guess they're affiliates. They said, we've listened or we've heard you, so we're extending it. I don't know. I guess some affiliates have gone out and said we need to extend this for the people. So, baby, here is another opportunity to get you some Goli Gummies at 30% off. I think they're going to go back to regular price tomorrow. This is my affiliate link. So, full disclosure, if you buy some Goli Gummies, they do send me commission. Now, I do take these, so I can vouch for them. They taste real good, and they're the apple cider vinegar replacement. I just put the link in my bio. I'm so used to saying that. I just put the link in the comments. So go ahead and tap Goli Gummies. apple cider vinegar. They taste amazing. If you've gotten these, put it in the comments. If you tasted them before, let us know how they taste. They sent us an email and said today they're extending it, so it's another 30%. So baby, get y'all Goldie gummies today. Now let me get into Sarah's comment because it looked. Now Sarah, did you Google? Sarah say, y'all know the breaking news just happened. They talked about it, but Sarah say federal investigators are looking into potential bribery for pardon scheme involving presidential pardons, according to federal court documents unsealed by unsealed by the chief judge for the federal court in Washington, D.C. Baby, oh, you going to jail. You is going to jail. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sorry, y'all. My brother's texting me. Something happened to my grandma dog. I think because my grandma excuse me, y'all. I'm bringing family drama in the live. So my grandma called me earlier today. Y'all know she down there in the nursing home right now, and something happened to her dog, and she wanted me to check on, like, trying to find out what my brother done to the dog. I'll get back to the text later. I'm sorry. Today's show is very unconventional. Today's show is going to be very, very unconventional. Okay, because I don't even have show notes today. We just talking, baby. Somebody going to jail. Somebody's going to jail. Okay, bribery for pardon schemes. Now we already knew Trump was crooked, but if this is the case, based on what sis say, Sarah say right here, she Googled real quick. Y'all Google real quick and put in the comments if that's what if Sarah telling the truth, because baby, we need the truth. If this is the case, we already knew. You can already tell this is how they operate, right? Somebody going to jail, and that's on period. Somebody's going to jail. We got a super comment. That's another way you all can support. Definitely give us some super comments and some super stickers. That's a way for you to pour into me and also to get your comment featured on the screen. Now, tonight, I will still be doing a lot of features on the screen because this is going to be an unconventional show and I didn't bring show notes. I really sat down to really just talk with y'all to see what was on y'all mind politically and some stories and see if I could help educate on some things. So I will still be out today. I'll be showing more comments than I normally have, but typically your super comments and your super stickers are to get featured and to pour into me. Now still do that. Hell, okay, get you some Goldie gummies and send some super stickers, super comments. Okay, those are things we love to see. Now we got one right here from, I think that's Rev BJ Nelson. You got a whole lot of talk. You got a whole lot to talk about tonight, including the man that cussed him out from Georgia. LOL, some documents. I did see that. I didn't write notes, but I did see that. That is one of the election officials over in Georgia. He's a Republican. Baby, he's upset because people over there down in Georgia are getting death threats. We've had some Trump associates call for the shooting of election officials who carried out the election fairly and has said so, but people are threatening their lives. And so this one Republican Georgia official came out today and said, basically, the president needs to stop doing that. He needs to condemn these people, condemn those actions, and all these Republicans who are staying silent are complicit. And he is telling the truth. They are complicit. Could you even imagine? It's the hypocrisy. Could you even imagine for 1 second if a Muslim man called for the shooting of an election official because an election didn't go his way? These people would be, talking about a Muslim ban, it'd be locked down. Okay? Clink, clink. Everybody would be up in arms. But that's what I'm saying. You don't have the same energy when white people do it. That's sad. In my Hazel London voice. Does anybody get the Hazel London reference? Anybody? If you don't, Google Hazel London and watch the video. It's an oldie, but a good one. Yeah, you're right. It's sad. They are very much complicit. Okay, can y'all hear me? Somebody said check the mic. They can't really hear. Let me move up. Let me move the mic up. Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear? Hello, test, 1, 2, 3. Test, 1, 2, 3. Okay, everything's all right. Okay, Robin says Georgia got press conferences on the news down here. Okay, because we watch it. We are watching Georgia, and he's upset, and he's rightfully so upset. Now, I wouldn't have cussed, but he's rightfully upset. Like, they would be literally up in arms. Let a Muslim man, a black man, a quote unquote illegal immigrant, like y'all would be up in freaking arms right now. And you got real live people out here who happen to be white making these types of threats, doing these things, and y'all have nothing to say. Nothing. It's the false morality for me. Let's get into some comments. Let's see here. I wish I would have started the show a little bit later because I really want to hear what they talk about with this. Okay, New York Times, here's the headline, y'all. Trump has discussed with advisors pardons for his 3 eldest children and Giuliani. Okay, but we had already heard that. Maybe they're just giving more context to the story. Maybe that's what they're doing, giving more context to the story right now. Baby, they going to jail. They going to jail. And y'all know how I already said something about Biden the other day because he's mentioned, he doesn't want his presidency wrapped up in Trump prosecutions and all this other stuff. First off, it's not your choice. Okay, so if we're going to say that Trump doesn't need to be interfering with the DOJ, then Biden, you don't either. If one president can't say lock them up and the other president can't say, no, don't lock them up. No, you let the justice system do what the justice system do. So Biden, sit down. Okay, now we put you, sit down, Joseph, sit down, because I'm finna come up your alley in a minute. Sit down. So no, if this is what is being reported that's true, you need whoever the incoming attorney general is and the DOJ and the U.S. attorneys need to go after it. Period. And we're going to find out because it's interesting from the little bit that I heard, it's interesting that a good amount of it is redacted. Why? Who is it? I'm sure it's the president, just like when Michael Cohen got indicted and we had individual number 1. We know individual number 1 is Donald Trump. So I'm interested to see what's behind them black lines. So say they're going to jail. Period. Let me see. Here's a comment. Remember when Trump kept saying crooked Hillary, talking about lock her up? Now people want to be silent. Exactly. Robin says they also threatened their spouses, which is atrocious. It's absolutely atrocious. Bro, you lost a popularity contest. Like, that's really what it was, right? We're voting for the president. You lost a popularity contest. And you have people out here threatening to kill folks who counted the vote. You lost. Deal with it. So, yeah, I'm. What are some other stories, y'all? Very unconventional tonight. We're taking comments. We're just talking. What are some other stories happening? Let's see here from Becky Weiner. The person's name who is offering a bribe to Trump, whose name has been redacted, is under arrest and is under jurisdiction of the Board of Prisons. That's how much we know. Okay, so that person is under arrest. Okay, we'll have to. I'm definitely gonna Google once I get up off of here because I need to know what's going on over there. Let's see here. Becky says, according to the unsealed opinion from DC District Court, federal investigators are reviewing over 50 digital media devices. 50 digital media devices, baby. That's phones, iPads, computers. Oh, we need all that. Seized as a part of the probe into, quote, secret lobbying scheme, end quote, to seek a pardon from White House officials. Oh, really? I wonder if behind them redactions, we also see that Trump was going to play with it. Like, I wonder if that's why it's so heavily redacted. Are they redacting it? Are they like, see, here's the tricky thing, because even with the pardon power, right? Like, I don't believe that Trump can pardon himself. That's going to be challenged if he does try. But is it heavily redacted right now as to not give him a heads up that we know, like that they know what he's done? Because I also have to think, like, that individual one thing with Michael Cohen, that has to come back up, right? Like, that has to come back up because you weren't charged in a crime that you actually participated in. And the only reason they named you individual number 1, which still gets me, is because the Office of Legal Counsel in the Department of Justice says you can't indict a sitting president. history note, the only reason that thing is a thing is because back when Richard Nixon was president, his VP Spiro Agnew was so corrupt, the Justice Department wanted to go after him, but they didn't know if they could. So they create idiotically, like this doesn't even make sense to me, but they created a legal memo, or they created a memo, a rule for the Justice Department saying that you couldn't go after a president. Thereby, if they had that rule established, that gave them leeway to go after a vice president, which was Spiro Agnew at the time. That literally, I wish people would see. We haven't been paying attention all our lives, even our people, besides Black people, brown people, people who it's really been mainly like one group, one particular group that's been paying attention politically. I don't even know how they let this go away. Like that why did you create? And I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a common layperson looking at the facts that you give me, but I have critical thinking skills. Why was there even a necessity to create a memo just to go after somebody that broke a law just because they held an elected official? If you believe per the Constitution that nobody is above the law, why was there a need to draft up legislation? I mean, excuse me, it's not even legislation. Why was there a need to draft up a memo? So now we are sitting here under this memo decades later, and now that has been used to not go after Trump in the Michael Cohen case, right? And then potentially whatever other crimes he's been committing while in office, not to go after him based on that. Even when we look at the Robert Mueller and Russia investigation, he didn't do certain things because he was operating under the rules that he would not be able to indict a sitting president based on the Department of Justice rules or based on the Department of Justice memo from the Office of Legal Counsel. It's not even a law. Like, it's not a law. Y'all get on my nerves. like that really just kind of annoys me. It's not a law. It is a work rule, if you will. If they breaking the law, go get them. Period, poo. Period. Like, it's annoying. It's totally annoying. So I'm just wondering if the redactions in this breaking news case is basically what's back there. Hold on, no, I saw this comment. Okay, how we say this? Saint Skay? Skay? Saint Skay? Okay, I know you from Twitter though, sis. It is disappointing that Biden isn't assigning a special prosecutor to investigate the Trump family. Well, I don't know if he could assign one. Wouldn't that have to be the Department of Justice? Like, he shouldn't be involved anyway. He shouldn't even be the way it's supposed to go. Yes, excuse me. The Attorney General is a part of the cabinet of the president, but the Attorney General should be operating independently because they should just be following the law and wherever their investigations lead them. Right? That's what makes us so great. And that's what makes America so great and special, that we don't operate like every other country. Well, some civilized countries operate like us. Like if the law takes you there, if the evidence takes you there, then you follow the evidence and it leads you where it leads you, no matter who you are. That's what y'all been saying. That's what we've been assuming it is. So Biden really should. I was really annoyed that he even said that. Like, don't say anything. Sit over there and be the president. Appoint an attorney general or pick an attorney general, let them get confirmed. And that attorney general just needs to follow the facts. And if the facts lead you to a prosecution of a previous president, then so be it. If y'all pull up some stuff on me or some stuff from the people down the street and the facts lead you to a prosecution, y'all gonna prosecute. If nobody's above the law, then let the facts lead you where they lead you. Let's see here. Let's switch. Caitlin Ann Hoke says Texas has 15,000 new COVID cases. And what's being done? Well, baby, I'm down here in Texas and Greg Abbott ain't doing nothing. That's the governor. Sylvester Turner, the mayor of Houston, he's trying to do things. I mean, not obviously, but sometimes he's a little tired because he can impose things, or our county attorney can impose things, but the governor can overrule said things. So, I mean, Texas is basically open for business. I mean, Texas, we're operating like it is what it is. You know, I pretty much limit my interactions. I do go to the gym, but I'm masked up. for the most part, social distance from people. But like people still, I went to the mall the other day to go pick up this computer. I literally went to just go pick up the gear. And I called my friend because I was like, you would have thought COVID wasn't a real thing. Like people was in the mall tough. And I didn't even realize that it was still Black Friday. Like I literally just went to go get my stuff and I'm like, baby, oh, no ma'am, Pam, let me get up out of here. Let's see. Jumping back, Spiro Agnew is the one that needs to be locked up. I'm not old enough to explain particulars, but he was a hot topic. Well, I don't think he alive when you say he needs to be locked up. I think he already gone. But yeah, let's see. Becky Weiner says if Pence is involved in this scheme, he will be taken out first, like Spiro Agnew, and then they will take Trump out. Time will tell, I guess. We'll see. I guess so. Yeah, we'll see. Crystal Osborne says, I feel like Trump's entire presidency has made me learn all laws in and out since he seems to be finding every loophole under the sun. Too many loopholes. Yeah, Adam Schiff's talked about that. I think he was on Ari Melber today. Adam Schiff, a Democrat from Congress, congressman from California, who is the head of the Intelligence Committee in the House, said that they will be doing some work to tighten stuff up. Seeing as how he's, just doing whatever he wants to do, drafting legislation to tighten that up so that future presidents can do that. Because y'all know it's going to be another Trump-like figure who's slicker, smarter, savvier, who going to do real damage. Apparently, if Trump pardons himself, Yvonne says, apparently if Trump pardons himself, he's admitting to a crime he hasn't yet been accused of. Therefore, he's throwing himself under the bus. That's standing still. I mean, yes, but that's like us talking, right? That's us saying, oh, aha, so you agree. You confess that you really did do some criminal stuff. His supporters don't care. All they will probably hear is him saying, I had to pardon myself because they're going to try to come after me for something that I didn't do. So I'm giving myself a blanket pardon. Like that's what I see him. That's what I see him saying, and that's what I see them receiving. So that's, yeah, Yvonne, that's me and you, like, who are looking at the facts and choosing to live in reality to say, yeah, you are admitting that you did something wrong, but it's only going to go so far. So yeah. Let's see. Kiki says, I just logged on. I don't know if you spoke about this, but I just saw that your boy wants to pardon his kids and Giuliani. We touched on it briefly. We didn't really talk about that. That idea has been floating. I wouldn't be surprised if everybody gets a pardon, honestly, which I wouldn't be surprised if he does it. I'm not going to be shocked. I'll be shocked whenever it happens. I know it's going to be happen. I'll be shocked whenever it happens. Right. He's going to do that. I see that. Him trying to pardon himself. Now that one is going to take the cake. I don't know how he plans to go around that. The smarter play, honestly, would be for him to step down and let Mike Pence pardon him. Because then at that point, he's good. On the federal level, at least, he's good. But if he tries to pardon himself, there is going to be, like, that is not going to be able to stand. That's not. People are going to demand that U.S. attorney generals challenge that. That somebody with the capacity to challenge that. That's not going to stand. And so if that he runs the risk of that potentially getting up to the Supreme Court and them having to they'll have a final say so, but then they're going to have to make a choice. Is the president above the law? Can he be his own judge in his own case? To issue a pardon is issuing forgiveness. How can you say I'm forgiving myself? You issue forgiveness and pardons to other people. How can you do that for yourself? So that would totally be challenged. So the smarter play, honestly, like Nixon, step down, let the next president who was forward come and pardon you. That's the smarter play. Now, will his ego allow him to do that and allow him to step down? And then we, remember him in the history books as such? I don't know. It would be anticlimactic is not the word. It would be the right ending for the movie, right? An impeached one-term president steps down. I mean, it could be. It could be. So, but yeah, I don't think the smarter play is for him to try to pardon himself, because what happens then if it gets all the way there and the Supreme Court says no, you can't do that. So now you've literally left yourself open to federal prosecution. The smarter play is just to let Pence do it, and then you're done with that. Now you still gonna have to answer to them state crimes, but our friend, our good sis, Letitia James, will be down there to get you together. So you and your children will still have to answer for that, but that's just not a smart play. Yeah, that's just not a smart play. Let's see. Becky Weiner says Rachel Maddow's podcast called The Bagman explains about Spiro Agnew and him taking bribes in the White House. Yeah. Let's see. Karen James says his pardon won't help him in NY. Correct. Sush Letitia James's way. You know Tish is locked and loaded. You know she's ready. Do not give him any tips to avoid jail. I'm pretty sure they're already talking to him about this. Like, I'm not saying nothing that somebody hadn't already told him. I'm not the smartest cookie in the box. Somebody over there is already telling him that. Again, is his ego going to allow him to do that? That's the bigger question. I'd be surprised if he actually stepped down and let Pence do it. I would put what I think is more likely to happen is him trying to pardon himself and put it like, because that's real Trump like, right? I can do whatever I want. And that like him stepping down plays into that whole loser mentality. That's what I see. So yeah, that's what I see. Do you see SCOTUS saying he's above the law? I don't. As much as people have been upset and bashing like Amy Coney Barrett, based on the way Sis has been ruling or the way she's been, asking questions about certain things, I don't see her siding with that. I don't see Chief Justice Roberts siding with that. I don't see Neil Gorsuch siding with that, because Neil Gorsuch has shocked us in this term with the Supreme Court based on how he views the law. So yeah, they're conservatives. Yeah, they're Republicans, but the way they rule, the way they write their opinions tells you about like how they actually think. Even if you look at like all these justices, all these judges that him and McConnell have packed in the court in these federal vacancies, some of those same justices have heard some of his election fraud cases and have thrown them out. So it's like, yeah, they're Republicans, yeah, they're conservatives, but they're still operating, I guess, in some sense of reality, that they are not like super fringe. So I don't see the Supreme Court upholding it. Now, I'm not a Supreme Court soothsayer, so I don't know, but I just don't see that. Trucking with Brittany. All right, Trucking with Brittany said he would never step down because his ego is too big. Well, Crystal says, I briefly saw on ABC News last night that a judge that Trump appointed actually denied. Right, I just said that, denied his request for something to do with the recount. Do you know about that? If you can explain it, I missed it. Well, that's one of the many things. Like, that's not the only Republican judge. There are other Republican appointed judges by him, Republican judges, period, and then judges that have been appointed by him and confirmed by Mitch McConnell that have thrown his court cases out. So yeah, there are some ideological fights. Those are things. That's how our system operates. But you still see Republican judges at least operating in the realm of reality. So again, it would be smarter for him to step down. But again, ego. Somebody say Tish is waiting on him. Letitia James. Tish is waiting. Correct. Can he even step down at this point? He can step down tonight. All he got to do is give his resignation. He can step down anytime he wants. It's really not a big legal process. I mean, he just like literally stepped down, write his little note, I resign, and that's it. He has too much time on his hands to get everybody pardoned before his time is over. I mean, but he could literally wait to the day of. He could literally wait till like January 20th, 11 a.m., an hour before Joe Biden is sworn in, and it's legal. So, I mean, that's why I said I'm not going to be shocked that he does it. I'm going to be more shocked when it actually happens. That's when I'm going to be more shocked. Do you have to be convicted of a crime to receive a pardon and he still won't be in office? No, you don't. And I think I said that wrong not too long ago. Look at Richard Nixon. Nixon got a preemptive pardon. So he hadn't even been indicted and charged with anything, right? And he got the pardon. So no, you don't. So the pardon will work for his kids federally. Kids will be good, but if he do it himself, it's gonna be him. I don't know. Highly doubt he'll step down and let Pence pardon him because he wouldn't even plead the 25th. What do you mean plead the 25th? You mean plead the 5th? I don't know what you mean by plead the 25th. I don't know what that means. If you can explain that in the comments, I'll try to come back to it. Trinity says if he tries to pardon himself, it'll go to SCOTUS. And then it becomes more set that a president doesn't have all that power. Well, we could do that too. I don't have no problems with that. Let's see. Let me find a good comment. Let's see. I'm dreading the day Trump moves to Florida permanently. We don't need his mess here, but I know it's going to happen in January. Yeah, he'll be down there. Y'all can have him. Y'all can have him. Just don't come to Texas. Don't come over here with all that shenanigans. Go on down there with Florida and Ron DeSantis. Sorry, Crystal. Sorry, sis. Go on down there. Go on down there. So let's see. Oh, they're talking about the Georgia. Okay, the Georgian election official. Okay, I thought they were still on the story, the redacted story. I'm going to have to go back and run. Yeah, I think maybe she meant plead the 5th, not plead the 25th. Let's see. Stephanie says, I found it very confusing. Is there any legitimacy to the claims from these people? There was one person the panel said had credible testimony. I'm sorry, Stephanie. I don't know what you're talking about. Could you put another comment, Stephanie? What exactly are you talking about? And I'll try to keep an eye out for it. And I'll come back because I don't know what you're referencing. Any updates on who Biden is considering for agricultural secretary? The secretary will be over the USDA, which is the largest budget after defense. I had not heard anything. Anybody in the comments? Have you heard anything about agriculture? I had not. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let me go back to your original comment, Brittany. So he doesn't. Okay, highly doubt he'll step down and let Pence pardon him because he wouldn't even plead the. Okay, so it's the wording that was confusing. So you don't plead the 25th, and the president wouldn't invoke the 25th. So the 25th Amendment is basically removing the president because they cannot exercise the duties of the president. That would be the cabinet and the vice president. So Trump. In that process, Trump has nothing to do with that. They would have to do that if they wanted to remove him via the 25th Amendment. It was the wording that was a little confusing, but no, I agree. He's not going to step down. Let's see here. Hey, Florida, he may not be there long. NY is out for his blood. I really hope we get to see him in an orange jumpsuit. I really hope we just follow the facts. That's all I want. I'm not going to say I hope to see him in an orange jumpsuit. I just hope we follow the facts. And if criminality is there, then criminality is there. You do what you got to do. But let's follow the facts. Let's see. A couple more questions before we go. What do you think it will take for folks to start taking COVID seriously? In my honest opinion, it's baked in. I think people who take it seriously now are going to be the people who continue to take it seriously. It's too baked in. We've been doing this for what, 10 months now? It's baked in. The partisanship over masks and COVID and lockdowns, it is baked in. It's a wrap. Unless we have, I think there would have to be some cataclysmic event surrounding COVID and maybe death spikes that would get us, that would shock the consciousness of America for everyone to take it serious. It would have to be cataclysmic. That's what I see. But I think right now it's baked in. So I think the best thing for all of us to do is we have to kind of like driving. Like I remember my mom told me growing up, like, you're not just driving for you, you're driving for everybody on the road. So I can't just drive thinking about me. I have to drive thinking about the people next to me because they make it almost happened today. Somebody merging in my lane and not seeing that I'm here. So I have to be paying attention, to see that. So I think we just have to continue to take it seriously. We have to continue to wear our mask, social distance, take our own precautions to ensure, our own safety. We can't leave it up into the hands of other people. Let's see. Somebody said I'll drive him to New York I have to just get him out of Florida. This is a good one. It's crazy how the Senate bipartisan relief proposal doesn't include stimulus checks. I almost made a video about that earlier today. Not that specific point, but to the point that economists and people who have studied this have actually said the first COVID relief bill, the one thing that actually showed real effectiveness was the direct payments, not PPP to businesses, although it helped, but so many businesses still got capped out. So many businesses still took that money and employees still got laid off. The most effective thing was the direct money in people's hand. That makes sense because if you put it in people's hand, people are going to do something with it. Now, me personally, I put mine in my savings. Like I put mine away, but I was in a blessed enough situation to be able to do that. You know, I was still living with my family at the time. So, but I understand other people had different circumstances, but something was done with it, right? Now it's in a savings. It can be stewarded another way. It's going to eventually it'll find its way out in some capacity, right? Like I'm not going to hold all my money tight and never do nothing with it. I got to live. I got to, do stuff. But that seems to be the most effective way. Give the people the money and let them do something with it. Duh. Like Mean Girls. Duh. Okay, here's a comment. Unfortunately, to many people do not think about others. We're taking it as serious as possible. But being in DFW, COVID is a big fear right now. Life is like normal, and our numbers are getting so high. When you say DFW, you mean Dallas? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've seen even food donation lines in Dallas. It's like insane. It's insane. Absolutely, Jasmine Bryan. Are we having a watch party? If y'all didn't see the video earlier, we are going to be doing a watch party this Sunday. Oh, that's such a good. Thank you so much for saying that. I got to remind my graphics guy to do the graphic for it so people can register. This Sunday is going down, people. Y'all know there is a Georgia Senate runoff. Who's debating? Rem Warnock, and I always mispronounce her name wrong. Kelly Loeffler. They are debating this Sunday. That's one of the Senate runoffs. Now, David Perdue and Jon Ossoff apparently won't be. Perdue don't want to debate Ossoff because Ossoff, baby, he tore that thing down last time. So we are having a debate watch party, just like we did for all the debates for the presidential and the VP. So we're going to be doing that again. I'm excited about that. Thank you so much, Jasmine. I got to that was a reminder to text my graphic guy to tell him to whip up a graphic so that I can put it on the website and people can register. So yes, that's Sunday. That is Sunday. Let's see here. Another comment. Okay. Brittany says, do you see us getting something like weekly stimulus like Canada? I sure do not. Oh, if we were to get control of the Senate, probably still no. I don't see it weekly because you got moderate Democrats like Joe Manchin that I don't know will completely buy into that idea. But I do see another round of stimulus. What's most likely going to happen if we get control of the Senate, and not we, because I ain't no Democrat, but if the Democrats get control of the Senate, I likely see the CARES 2, the second CARES Act that the House passed, being the thing that they bring back up. Because that one did or a version of that, because that one did call for another $1,200 round of stimulus. It also called for the increase of unemployment insurance, so people were getting that extra $600 on top of their unemployment. So I see things like that. I don't know if they will probably do the PPP thing again because I don't know how effective it proved to be. If they do it, they might target it specifically so that people who got locked out of the first round get this round, and those people at the top just don't get like 2 rounds again. So that's really what I see. Let's see. Miss Howe says, is anyone at all concerned about the money he owes to foreign powers? Is he gonna sell secrets for dollars? He knows a lot. So that's a concern of current security officials. Security, and I don't know if they're current, but I saw a story not too long ago that they want Biden to revoke Trump's security clearance access to get briefings once he leaves. This is something I didn't even know. Apparently past presidents from time to time, they are still read in. They still get, security briefings ever so often because the current president might call the previous president if we have something come up and they need like context to certain things, so that they get read in so that they are caught up to speed and then can provide the current president that information. Now, in a normal world, when we were all working for America and her security and safety, one could say, okay, that makes sense to keep it that way. In this world where Donald Trump is beholden to who knows who for all this money, and clearly we've already seen him tweet out classified information, tell Russian ambassador stuff in the Oval Office, I'm leaning towards, let's go ahead and yank that security clearance. He don't need that, because I don't think Joe Biden will be calling him anyway. To be real, I don't see that anyway. So yeah, we can go ahead and lock that out. Jasmine Bryant, I don't know what time the debate is going to be. I have to find out what time they're actually doing the debate. It's probably going to be like at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. CST. So, but I'll find out. I'll have him whip something up. It usually takes him about 2 days. So I should have something by Thursday for the debate that's on Sunday. So just keep an eye out on that. Can I post this real quick? Boom. Definitely, there's the link that it's going to be on, and that link also. Oh, let me go ahead. This is the perfect time to go ahead and put the Goli Gummy advertisement in there. Goli Gummy, get you some Goli Gummies. Today's the last day to get 30% off. So the link I just put in, you could do that there. Also has some merch, the I Voted sweatshirt. Sign up for my Patreon. That's super exciting. I don't know. Should I say this? Well, because I don't know if it's solidified. I'm not going to say that. I'll just say, sign up for my Patreon. Some interesting things happening. Yeah. Let me see. Let me take a pulse. Put in the comments real quick. We're gonna slide out of politics real quick. I just want to see something real quick. Would you be interested in hearing content surrounded just about like relationships? And I don't know if y'all ever seen my Instagram live I've done with one of my friends, Chantel. Me and her have done some IG lives, and the chemistry is great there. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback. I've never really posted it on my political pages, so you may not have seen it if you don't follow my personal page. But we have decided that we're going to link up and do some stuff. She's a content creator herself. Super dope, super funny. And so we're thinking about doing some things. We're thinking about putting them on, I was going to say Periscope, excuse me. We're thinking about putting it on Patreon because it'll be real exclusive. But yeah, if you'd be interested. If not, that's fine too, because I know some people like literally only come here for the politics and don't want all the other stuff. So it's cool. But yeah, so the link, it's always just an interesting topic. It's always just an interesting conversation when we get together. But the link that I put in there, get your Goli Gummies, sign up for the Patreon, all those things. That's a way to support. All right, somebody said Purdue is scared. He surely is. Purdue don't want no more Ossoff, baby, because Ossoff came in there with the doo-doo-doo, pop, 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 pop. Yeah, he was in that thing. He was in that thing. Oh, thank you so much, Suzanne. Q, the debate on Sunday starts at 7 p.m. Thank you so much. I had not looked up. So yeah, debate watch party, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. CST. What 7 p.m.? EST, CST? Oh, everybody's saying they're down for the relationship talks. Yeah, definitely. We're going to do something on Instagram next week to give people the tease. But, if you want to go ahead and sign up for the Patreon, that works too, because that would work for me. And we may do like we may end up doing a separate show or a separate page or Patreon or something like that. But right now, just because it's so new, we're building it out. Put it that way. We're building it out. T.D. Wall 26 said, do you think the bipartisan relief bill that is in the Senate right now involving Susan Collins and Mark Warner is good enough to help a majority of people and not big business? Honestly, T.D. Wall 26, I have not looked at it. Because I feel like a lot of stuff is performative right now. It's performative. Nobody's doing anything. And I don't expect, Mitch McConnell himself said, don't expect anything until January, until next year. So I honestly have not taken a look at that. Maybe it's something that I have to think about if I want to, if I even like, there may be some good stuff in there. So maybe I'll put that on the list to actually look at it and check it out. But I have not read that so far. Thank you for your question though. Everything you say is always so wholesome. I would be willing to listen to you talk about grapes. Sorry, I had to pause because I was like, am I reading that right? Talk about grapes. Now, I do love grapes. Okay, side note, I ain't had grapes in a long time. I'm on this specific meal plan, and the guy don't have, I can only have strawberries and blueberries right now, but I do love me some grapes. Okay, let's see here. I bet your relationship commentary would be hilarious. Nothing wrong with diversifying your content. Yeah, that's really what I'm trying to do. Diversify it. I'll cue y'all in. See what I did there? Cue y'all in. That was so corny. That was bad corny. Anyway, what I'm trying to do, two things. Let's talk for a minute. Excuse me. I think you missed Stephanie's super chat comment. Oh, wait, we had a super chat comment? Hold on, y'all, before I get to that. Oh, I totally did. I am so sorry. I told y'all today is my brain. I'm so sorry, Stephanie. Thank you so much for catching that. You know, I got to highlight my people who do the super chats. Yeah, sorry. Okay, Stephanie says, I was asking you thoughts on the I was asking you thoughts on the state Senate election hearing in Michigan today. I'm wondering if there's any legitimacy to what people were saying. Okay, so I don't know what you're talking about because I had not looked at that. I had not. So you're going to have to give me a little bit more context. Okay, because see, I thought you commented earlier. I thought you were talking about the federal election. You're talking about a state Senate election in Michigan. I don't know what happened at the state level in Michigan. A lot of times my content deals with federal stuff or state stuff that has something to do with the federal level. So I'm not too sure what's going on, Stephanie. I apologize about that. I missed that story. And I apologize. I totally didn't mean to skip over you, especially your super comment. Thank you. Somebody caught that. Somebody caught it. I want to shout you out who actually caught it. Thank you all for catching that. I guess I missed it. So yeah, Patreon is where it's at, y'all. You won't be disappointed. Okay, because Tammy Thurston be down there on the Patreon, baby. Okay, Tammy, did you change your Abby? Tammy, you changed your avatar on us because that was not what it looked like before. Okay, Tammy, come through, Tammy Thurston. Yes. Definitely. Let me get y'all the link again right there. New comments. That's where you can join the Patreon as well. Please do, because it definitely helps me. Anytime y'all, support in that type of way, it definitely helps me. But no, I was trying to tell y'all what it is that I'm trying to do. Excuse me. Oh, Kiki caught it. Thank you so much, Kiki. Thank you. I appreciate that. Patreon is where that always looking at, sis. Always. Thank you so much for catching that super comment, because I totally missed that. Totally did. Okay, so hold on. Let me finish on Stephanie's before I get into what I'm trying to do, because I want to. There was a hearing with citizens saying there was fraud in the election. Okay, so here's what I'll say, and take this as I have not fully looked into it. They've been saying fraud all this time, and we've not seen fraud. Are there instances where people vote in wrong precincts? Are there instances where somebody is trying to be nefarious and maybe vote twice? Yes. But when we talk about voter fraud on a wide scale enough to change an election, that has not happened. So I like context. Is voter fraud still voter fraud if 2 people do it out of 140 million? Yes. Is it in the context that I've seen people try to perpetrate it to be? No. So for me, it's the context, right? It's the context. So I hadn't seen anything like that, Stephanie. I'm so sorry. I have not seen that story. My hair is now purple, so I thought I would show y'all. Yeah, okay, because I'm like, something looked different. Like that was not the Abby, Tammy. That was not the Abby. Okay, Tammy say she's going purple. Okay, Tammy said it's the end of 2020 and we ain't know what was gonna happen. So Tammy put on some purple hair, put some purple in her head because she gonna live her life. And period, niece. And period. Thank you so much, Kiki. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see here. You even get notices when he comments. Oh yeah, on the Patreon. The Patreon is actually a lot more personal. Y'all do get notifications and all that other stuff. Sometimes I don't see what y'all see on y'all end when I respond to y'all, but yeah, Patreon is where it's at. So the reason I say all that, definitely join the Patreon, is what I'm trying to do is two things. So with the Q with Q show, which a lot of you all are watching, let me see, where am I streaming right now? I'm streaming on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, not Instagram, Facebook, and my the fan page Facebook, which just says Quentin Giles. So the Q with Q, as y'all know, I've interviewed some interns. I'm super excited about bringing some people on. Definitely interview some dope people. And I want to build the Q with Q out, right? When I originally called it the Q with Q, it was to be broad. So as things pop up in the queue, Q will explain it to you. So I really want this thing to turn into like a full-fledged variety show where we have an opening segment that talks about politics, and then maybe we'll do, get a sponsorship and do a commercial break. And then we come back and then we do, maybe like a home and living segment where we're cooking something healthy. Then maybe we do a fitness segment. Maybe we do I'm trying to do the beneath the surface segments, something else. I want to build it out to be like a full-blown show. And whether it gets picked up, one of the interns I interviewed today, I was telling her, I was like, I'm not necessarily looking for it to be picked up on TV, although if TV calls, we will take the call, okay? We'll go to the negotiation table. But what I really want is I want to set this thing up so that I can be a stay-at-home employed dad whenever the time comes. Whenever I'm nowhere near having children. My life plan is to have kids when I'm like 6 or 7 years from now. But I want to set this thing up so right to where I can still do what I love, give the content, but I really want to raise my babies. I don't even have these children, but I want to be so actively involved in their life. I was thinking about it today. I didn't grow up with my dad. And I want to give my kids their dad. And maybe I'm overcompensating, whatever. It's my life. And that's what I want to do. So I'm trying to really build this show out, not only to do that on a personal level. Also, when I get married, I'm not trying to low-key, I don't really want my wife to be out there working if she don't want to. You got to get some money, but you're going to have to bring that thing back. But I don't want you to have to work a 9 to 5 if you don't want to. I loathed working a 9 to 5 that I did not like. I love doing this. And so I want this to be my thing. And then we're bringing on interns. Hopefully one day, as we continue to become profitable, I can hire people and that they can do the things they love. One of the main things I told my interns, I'm already calling them interns. I ain't even asked them to join yet. One of the main things I told the people that I'm interviewing for the internship is, how do you see yourself here? This is what, I told them my vision. This is what I want to do. How do you see yourself in this space? What can you bring and what do you want to do? Because I want people to do what they love doing. When I do what I love doing like this, I'm getting a little teary-eyed, but I'm not going to cry on this camera. Emotional walls. When I do this thing, I love this thing. I love this. And I love that I have been able to receive funds from this. And so bringing people on, I want them to bring me stories that they love. I want them to be doing research on topics that they love, that go into the sphere of what we're trying to do here, but that they love, because I feel like if you love what you do, one, it doesn't feel like work and you're bound to do it excellently. And your mental health is still intact because you're doing something you love. Can this stuff be draining, especially with Trump? Yes, that's why I went to Mexico. But even in Mexico, I still worked. I still did lives. If you really think about it, I really didn't just all the way vacation. I think maybe one day, 2 days, a day and a half. But I still worked when I was out there because I love doing this. So that's what I'm trying to build. That's what I want. So that's why you see the diversity in content that's about to come up. That's why that's there, because I'm just not solely interested in politics. There are other things I want to talk about and other things I want to discuss. And I think, honestly, they need to come up with a male version of The View and cast me in the Whoopi role. Or tell The View come holler. I'm probably too young for The View, but tell The View come holler at me. I come guest host, The Real. The Real is the young people view. Tell The Real come holler at me. I'll come through real quick. But that's the vision. So I want to work somewhere. I want to own and operate something that's fun, and I want people to be employed under me that works in a place where they love doing what they do, and I want to provide a life for my family that I am nowhere near having, that I don't have yet, but I know how I want that thing to be set up. So that's a peek into the curtain of my life. That was a lot. I'm sorry, but let's look at the comments. Let's look at the comments. Okay. Let's see. Now I'm gonna have to get Patreon. I hope I spelled that right. So many apps. Yeah, Patreon. Yeah, it's a web browser as well. So it's a web browser and mobile app. Stephanie, thank you for answering my question as best you can. I love the show. Oh, thank you, sis, and appreciate your knowledge on these topics. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know what I might do tomorrow too, is do a post where people just can on TikTok and Instagram where people are, y'all bring the story that you want me to look up, because I don't catch everything. So that's a perfect example, Stephanie, because I hadn't heard about that. So that, I think I might do a post like that tomorrow. Let's see. What's your opinion on the scheme Trump is possibly a part of, which he was bribed to pardon someone? Okay, TD Wall 25, we talked about that early in the live, baby. You're gonna have to go back and watch the live. Go back and watch the live, because we talked about that. Go back to the beginning. Hey, if you do cooking, I cook. Hey, are you in Houston? And do you have a mask? Because, baby, you can't come over here with no mask now. You can't come over here with no mask. Without no mask. So yeah, I wanna do that. Actually, I should take y'all up there one day. I may do a whole vlog on my apartment clubhouse because they have a really nice kitchen. But I want to do something like that. Let's see. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kiki. Write the vision, make it plain. Hello, somebody. I'm an entrepreneur, so I know the feeling. It is such a wonderful feeling. I never thought that I'd be on this side of it. And Jesus has truly blessed me to be able to pursue this dream and to be able to build. Oh, why do I want to cry today? No, stop it. Just to occupy this space. So yeah, it's a beautiful feeling. Protect, provide, and procreate. Hello. Yes, King. I'm here for all of the extra dose of the Q show and Patreon. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, if Barr says it's nothing with all the foolishness he pulled, you should tell you. Hello. I'm so sick of William Barr, both of his names. I'm so sick of him. I'm so ready for him to be up out of here. Producer Q. That's what we talk about, producing. Actually, because one of the people that I interviewed to be an intern, I think there's a potential for one of the interns to even do something that like this. And there may be even a space to where I say, you know what? Take this seat. And I'm going to move and let them give y'all the info. I think there may be some cultivation that can happen there. So yeah, definitely producer, definitely still right here, but trying to be behind the scenes too. So I also say all that to say, your ongoing support when you're watching the YouTube, just not for me, your other creators that you watch the ads, because that feeds into us monetarily. When you give the Cash App and the Venmos that when I put it out there, that all this is helping that. When you baby, when you buy Goldie with my affiliate link, that helps. When you join the book club and pay the monthly fee, that helps. When you sign up for the Patreon, that helps. When you buy my merch, all of that plays into this. All of that. Now, obviously, yes, it pays my rent because I got to live somewhere. But all of that plays into this vision. So that's why I always say, because I think it's important for people to know where their funds are going as well. But yeah, okay. Couple more comments and then we're going to hop out because we're going on an hour. And we normally do 40 to 45 minutes and that be it. I have a date with my tub and some Epsom salt. So, and I'm going to be, baby, when I tell you I'm going to relax, I want that water so hot, I'm taking a pot and boiling water and I'm going to, put my water on hot in there, but then I'm going to dump a pot of boiling water in there just to boil that thing up a little bit more. And I'm finna to soak in some Epsom salt. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing. Okay, thank you for sharing. It's good to share your dreams with genuine people who support you. They will support your dream. It's beautiful. Absolutely. I think it's important. I totally think it's important, especially look, I don't play with people money now. I do not play with people money. So I like to let y'all know where it is and going to. My friend owns Veganish in Houston. You should look up Veganish. You should hook up. Tell your friend holla at me. Hold on. What's their Instagram? Go ahead and put it in the comments. I'll put it up there. I don't mind doing that. I'll put it on display. Veganish. Hold on, my Wi-Fi off. Oh no, my Wi-Fi connected to one of these lights. Y'all like the light behind me? It's a Wi-Fi. Y'all money paid for that too. Y'all money paid for that. Let me move. Y'all see that down there? It's a little light. I'm trying to give you like color content effect. And so it's a Wi-Fi light, so I can control it with my phone, but I have to get off my home network and get on the lights network to control it. So let me go back because I wanted to look up Veganish. I don't see. Is it Be Veganish? Is this them? Jessica, let me know, is that them at Be Veganish? And then I'll go back and and see what we could do, because we might be able to link up and do some stuff. You need to learn how to edit in the ads and the additional videos. Edit in the ads and the additional videos. I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry. Thanks for sharing your dream. You're very welcome. I'll send pictures because I can be in Houston. Cooking is my passion. Also, it's okay to be emotional about reaching your dreams. Okay, Caitlin, let me know something. It'd be best for you to email me though, because sometimes stuff get lost in DM. So if you go to my bios, whether it be on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok, there's an email address. Email me, and then we'll see if we can set some stuff up, because we want to do this thing safely. And then, let's see. I'm down for that. I'm open to seeing that, seeing how we can work that out. Political question. If the Senate is tied after January 5th, will Mitch remain the majority leader, or will Chuck have the same power to bring laws to the floor? If they're tied, it'll go to the Dems, because Kamala is the president of Kamala's the president of the Senate. You'll have your own commentators. That's what I'm hoping for. Actually, I have a friend. I'm thinking about doing an all-female panel, which that will be on Patreon. One of my friends hit me up. She's on, I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with Roland Martin, but she's on the Roland Martin Unfiltered show regularly. And so she hit me up the other day talking about, I'm reaching out to all my famous friends. First off, not famous, but she wanted to do some work. And so I'm cool with her. I'm also friends with this other phenomenal. Markia is phenomenal. She is the ACLU, ACLU chapter president at South Texas Law School here in Houston. It's a private law school. She is their chapter ACLU president. Phenomenal. I'm thinking about bringing both of them in to really talk about the election. Y'all know how I feel about us casting so much light on like 20% of Black people that voted for Trump, or like 30% of Latinx people, when we're not talking about the 55% of white women that voted for him. So we're going to be talking about those things and adding context on all that. You will be able to catch it on Patreon. Make sure you sign up for the Patreon, other stuff like that. But yeah, as far as the interns, yeah, I might do some work with them too. And we'll have a whole panel discussion, because where y'all are, like how y'all are watching this, the broadcast system that I'm using allows me to bring other people in. So it'll be interesting how we do this. Okay, a few more and then we're out. I received my mug today. Such a nice product. Thank you for the merch. Hey, yes, you can get merch too. All of that. Okay, Jessica, you said Veganish. So that was it? Because hold on, Be Veganish. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and follow. Tell your sis, hit me up if she we could do some stuff. We might be able to do something. We might be able to get her some product placements. Okay, some advertising slots. Yes, I do. I noticed that. I like that. Okay. Please put your IG and Twitter info. Okay, let me do this real quick. Okay, so let me give you this. So if you hit that link, right? So this is what I love about this link. If you hit that link that I just put in the chat, that link not only gives you the links to my Patreon, my YouTube, other products that I have, but at the very bottom of that link, you'll see some icons. Though you'll see the Twitter icon, the Instagram icon, the TikTok icon. You'll even see the email address icon. Those are direct links to all my social medias. So the link that I just put, the Gummy Goalie is in there too. The link that I just put in there literally has everything that I am either working on or attached to that I'm putting out there to the public. So let's see. You can have the people send you a video of them cooking or do a duet style live when the person cooks. You won't have to worry about anyone in your home, and they can commentate from whatever. Okay, well, Jackie, with the quick thinking skills, we might need to look at that too, because we don't want no COVID. We don't want no COVID. Okay, guys, well, I'm about to get out of here because we are hitting an hour and 5 minutes. Wow, we're hitting an hour and 5 minutes. This was super fun. This show was definitely super unconventional, and that is really because I did not. Okay, you said to be veganish to my IG. Okay, cool. I did not write notes. I started to write notes earlier today, and then my day got away from me. And then by the time I came home and started to cook and sat down and all of this other stuff, I didn't have notes. So we were definitely going to just be very all over the place today, but I think it still worked. And then we had some breaking news. I shared a little bit of personal information. That was, I wasn't expecting to do that. That wasn't on the agenda, but that's what happens when you don't show up with a script and you just be talking. So it's been great. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is Wednesday. So let me see. Good talk. Have a good night, rest of you. Thank you so much, Tammy. Let me look at my schedule real quick because we may come back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Make sure you turn on your post notifications if you're on YouTube, also the other platforms. Share this content with people. I forget to say that, but the people told me I need to keep saying it to remind y'all. Share this content with people, especially the YouTube page, because that's going to help, us continue to grow and increase. So just looking at my I do have that. We'll probably come tomorrow at about 7:30, 8 o'clock tomorrow, but I'll be sure to set it. But it looks like, honestly, remember in the beginning of this live, I said I didn't make a post on my other social platforms to see how many people would join on. This was about the average. I think at the highest, we hit around 110 viewers. That's about what we typically do. So just peeping, seeing, just taking inventory. So it's been real, guys. Thank you so much. Love you. And I will see you tomorrow. A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts. So come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.